There we go. Okay, we know the magical incantation.
We did it. We did it. It's weird. We're off. We're doing it.
Yep.
All right. So we are going to learn Redwood JS, and
yeah,
bam, there it is. And so for background, for any future people that come across this most amazing of streams, we are an Aaron.
And a Matt.
This is Matt Griffith.
Yep.
We work at Blissfully, which is a SaaS management company, and our stack is Lambda with TypeScript on the back end, serving up a GraphQL API through a library called JoinMonster, then serving to a front end built using Elm, which is a statically typed functional programming language. React, I think, drew a lot of inspiration from Elm, if I kind of recall correctly. And we're looking at Redwood for a couple of reasons. One is Redwood combines up some back-end technologies that we have an interest in, particularly Prisma, which is a GraphQL-ish ORM. It's probably underselling it a little bit, but we do a lot of data loading and saving, something that could play really nicely from the database layer, not only through our own logic, but actually contribute to our primary API, which speed up development cycles substantially. So we have an interest from that perspective. And we also have an interest in Redwood because Elm is developing all sorts of new libraries, tools, and tricks to make its front-end experience really special. Redwood, I think, has a lot of those special things baked in, so we think there's probably something we could learn from this. And I know, Matt has led the charge on sort of unifying all of our Elm architecture here, but you also have some ideas for how it could evolve in the future as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Awesome. All right. So should we start the tutorial, or do you want to just like go totally?
No, yeah, let's just jump in.
Okay, great. Oh man, video tutorial. I wasn't prepared for that. That's great. This is the tutorial, isn't it? Let me skip the video because I don't think video over video works particularly well, but we can come back to that. So let's do this way. Okay.
I don't think I've ever used Yarn Create. That's interesting.
Yeah, that was new to me too.
They have like a templating thing, I guess.
Yarn does? Interesting. So it installed Create Redwood app, which is interesting. Maybe it's some sort of like thing by convention.
Yeah.
However, my Yarn needs to be greater than 1.15, but I have 1.19.2 installed. Interesting. That seems like it should be compatible. Ah, here's the real error. Node 12 versus Node 10. So that's easily fixed. Okay. Let me just remove that in case something went wrong in there. And we'll start this anew.
Interesting.
So already we've learned something cool about Yarn.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's basically just template projects, I guess.
Yeah, but not only a template project, but something that pulls in all the dependencies.
Yeah, totally.
All at once. That's kind of a clever way to get going. So really the only dependency suddenly is just having Yarn. Well, outline. Okay, great. So go into Redwood blog, check. Now Yarn Redwood dev. Whoa. Hey, nice.
Nice.
Okay, we're up. Let's get a second terminal going here. And pull up the VS Code. I'll hide this off to the side. And I'll set this guy here. Okay. So the tutorial may actually line up nicely with this here. Great. So we're good. They want us to git save. We'll pause on that. Let's see, should we just sort of like hand-fistedly poke around the code base and see what we're working with here?
Yeah, totally. I'm definitely interested to sort of compare and contrast what we have at Blissfully versus what they just sort of naturally want, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Interesting to see it uses Netlify right out the box, which is cool. I'm excited to see what that'll do for some of the deployments. That actually does make me want to start a repo for this sooner rather than later, so I can see how it auto builds. Yeah, so I might actually get that going while we peruse through this. But let's keep going a little further. So the Netlify, what do they have here? Build. Okay. And I didn't see Prisma here. Did I miss something? Oh, there's sub packages. Got it.
So the screen share for me is on Zoom is I'm a little behind, just so you know. So.
Oh, you're gonna be really.
I don't think it's a problem. Just so you know, I'm not like directly there with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's check out the backend first before we check out the front end.
Sure.
So an API, we have a whole new package file. Pretty straightforward, one dependency.
Yep.
All right. I see the Prisma config, which is cool. And it looks like we're using a SQLite database out of the box, which is nice. A lot less dependencies to work with here.
Yeah, that's great.
One model. Yeah, sure. Let's get a Prisma thing going. That'd be nice. And some data seeding, nothing in here. And then for the API, what do we have? We have services, lib, GraphQL, and GraphQL.js. It looks like we don't have much of anything yet.
Right.
All right. And then the front end. Redwood and React. Boom. And then our React index HTML, index CSS. And some layout, empty pages, mostly empty, it looks like. Some 404 stuff. Okay, cool.
Great.
So let's I've actually not tried this from inside here, but do you think I can create a new repo directly from within VS Code?
I guess I use those controls for like pushing and syncing and stuff, but not for creating stuff.
This is funny. This is where like I've seen so many people who are so good at command line technology, and I want all the kids to know you don't need to be good at that stuff.
Yep.
Not really. So let's go ahead and add a repo here.
I have like the 3 git commands that I issue from the command line.
so we got it. We'll publish this repository. Great. Cool. And now, I think we're going to go to my okay, sweet. Oh, I got a great README. Wonderful. Okay. Next up. I think we poked through most of this already, which is good.
Yeah.
When you want to add package, go forward, use specify which workspace they go in. Yep, makes sense. Also, another new thing about Yarn that I wasn't aware of.
The workspaces?
Yeah, have you used that before?
No, I'm definitely curious. Like that's gonna be the big takeaway from this stream is like
just Yarn.
We figured out Yarn commands. Oh god. So what do they do? Is it just like dependencies for?
It's basically, yeah. It just looks like you can subdivide your project into decomposed package JSON files. So they have one for the back end, one for the front end, and then the main root one.
Right. Okay, that's cool.
We tend not to need this because our repos are split up along kind of project lines, and Redwood, since its whole MO is to kind of co-locate your front end and your back end for rapid application development.
Right.
It makes sense they need something like this.
Yep.
Okay. API is Prisma and source. Yep. We know a little bit about this already, which is good. Web has components, React components, layout, pages, public assets. That all checks out. Oh, cool. Now we can generate a page.
Yeah, the generation stuff I was looking at, I'm like, okay, well, I know that's of interest, right?
Yeah, so let's see. I've got the git diff ready to go. Oh, I got to do my fault. Okay. Sweet. So what did this do for us? This changed routes to add a new route. Cool.
And there's a test.
Created the new page. And it created a test for us. Sweet. And it expects it to render the component.
Cool.
Nice. And check this out. It's live reloaded while we were not paying attention.
Nice. Yeah.
Which is cool. Actually, you know what I can do here? If I were a smarter person, I would know the keystrokes for this, but let's go with that being center third. Okay. Not pretty, but it's a start.
Yep.
Try changing the route. All right. So in routes, they want us to change it to home or hello. Makes sense that's not found. And there it is. All right.
Nice.
Next page. About. Where is about found? About. Great. Redwood automatically code splits on each page. Interesting. I wonder how we'd verify that. Okay, so now we're going to do a link from our home page So let's set the home page back to root here. And now this is saying in our header and nav bar. Okay, so go to our home page. We want to step this up, and we're going to import their router. Cool. And then return something a little more complicated. This is interesting. Have you seen this sort of syntax before? Is that React specific?
That's JSX, yeah.
I haven't done much with that ever.
Yeah, I mean, before I made one website in React a very long time ago, right, sort of before switching to Elm. So a little history. It's kind of interesting. React originally had the concept where you actually, like in Elm, you were building up your DOM and functions, and it was explicitly like function calls to build your view. But people didn't dig that, and so they basically made it's kind of this syntactical sugar to basically, it's still functions being called, but people wanted it to look like HTML-ish stuff. So.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So this provides a link. Great. So routes.about function goes to about.
Mm-hmm.
And I wonder if we go here. Oh, this router, we don't control this. This is an import from them.
Right.
So that means that this thing here is reading this somehow.
Yeah, that's interesting. So
how's it importing this deep in the library? That's an interesting question.
Yeah, like so somehow routes knows about the defined routes we have. Yeah, that guy.
Okay, so a little bit of magic so far. Function components, React types.
The siren is drowning me.
God, so yeah, so sorry. Recording in New York, not great.
Yeah, right.
It's the link tag takes a 2-attribute named route function. Great.
Yeah. So far, that's we have that basically.
Yeah.
Like it's actually a very similar setup, except for whatever magic they're doing to basically make that import routes from out at Redwood JS router thing, which I don't know what's going on, but essentially that's the same setup we have. Right now we're sort of in like a intermediate phase with our routes, but that's the design we'll have. Just like link to stuff like that.
So here we could link back home. So let's go to our about page. I'm glad I'm getting some syntax highlighting here. I know it's not defined.
I got it. And yeah, there you go.
Don't quite like that. No, because I don't have the space.
Right.
Okay.
Nice. Okay.
And it's fast. All right. Layouts. All right, because we would have created, if I followed those instructions to the T, we would have created a duplicate header.
Okay, so layouts.
Let's create.
This is like a view function.
So I'm going to run this generator. I might have been wishing I committed a little bit as we went, but here we go. We have blog layout. Just got created, which, given a set of children, wraps them and returns them. and this is where we can insert all this jazz.
Sure. Yeah.
It's almost funny they don't auto-include these imports, given how likely you already used them. I guess Winter would complain.
Yeah.
All right. So we have our first layout. And now I'm guessing we want our home page to use this layout. Oh, it's just a regular old React component, looks like.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. And then we can do something similar for about. So what did I do here? Did this. Get that import. And then we'll have that sort of wrap. Replace that div actually. Like that.
Right.
Def the divs.
Nice.
Heyo.
Cool.
That's an interesting design choice.
Which one?
That even though they put things in slash pages, they affix page as a suffix to them, so that when you're looking at your open things in the editor, you can lean on the file names instead of having to know the path.
Hmm. Interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
so now we're going to jazz up our layout. Make sure we have that in there. So Redwood blog will now take us home. If I can figure out how copy paste works. Cool. Right. Got it. Okay. All right, DB schema time. You ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to create a blog post schema. Oops. And the way to do that is to define the structure first. Makes sense. So model post has an int ID, which is the ID, and defaults to auto permanent. Title, body, read that. Okay.
So this is like what Prisma not only generates the models from, but also generates the GQL schema from.